one of the keys to Apple is Apple's an incredibly collaborative company. And so, you know how many committees we have at Apple?
No.
0. We have no committees.
No committees.
We are organized like a startup. One person's in charge of iPhone OS software. One person's in charge of Mac hardware. One person's in charge of iPhone hardware engineering. Another person's in charge of worldwide marketing. Another person's in charge of operations. We're organized like a startup. We're the biggest startup on the planet. And we all meet for 3 hours once a week, and we talk about everything we're doing, the whole business. And there's tremendous teamwork at the top of the company, which filters down to tremendous teamwork throughout the company. And teamwork is dependent on trusting the other folks to come through with their part without watching them all the time, but trusting that they're going to come through with their parts. And that's what we do really well. And we're great at figuring out how to divide things up into these great teams that we have and all work on the same thing, touch bases frequently, and bring it all together into a product. We do that really well. And so what I do all day is meet with teams of people and work on ideas and solve problems to make new products, to make new marketing programs, whatever it is.
And are people willing to tell you you're wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, other than snarky journalists. I mean, people that work for you.
Oh, yeah. No, we have wonderful arguments.
And do you win them all? Or?
Oh, no, I wish I did. No, see, you can't. If you want to hire great people and have them stay working for you, you have to let them make a lot of decisions, and you have to be run by ideas, not hierarchy. The best ideas have to win. So, otherwise, good people don't stay.
But you must be more than a facilitator who runs meetings. You obviously contribute your own ideas.
I contribute ideas, sure. Well, why would I be there if I didn't?
I was the first. I know nothing about technology. I know nothing about management. I know nothing about, but the only thing is that you don't have to know a lot of things. You have to find the people who are smarter than you are. For so many years, I always try to find the people smarter than I am. And when you find so many smart people, my job is to make sure the smart people can work it together. And then if smart people can work it together, it's easier. The vision they will believe. Because if stupid people can work it together easily, smart people can never work together. When you are 20 to 30 years old, you should follow a good boss, join a good company to learn how to do things properly. When you're 30 to 40 years old, if you want to do something yourself, just do it. You still can't afford to lose, to fail. But when you're 40 to 50 years old, my suggestion is that you should do things that you are good at, right? And not do things that, oh, that's very interesting, I want to try something new. It's a bit dangerous more. When you're 50 to 60 years old, spending time training and developing young people, the next generation. When you're over 60 years old, better stay with your grandchildren. I think globalization cannot be stopped. Nobody can stop globalization. Nobody can stop trade. I think globalization did a fantastic job in the past 30 years. Enriched a lot of countries. But, of course, caused a lot of problems. Right? Young people did not have opportunities. Small business have not opportunities. Developing countries were neglected. But it's only 30 years. It's a baby. Today, we have a better technology. We have a better knowledge about globalization. And it's our generation's responsibility or opportunity to improve it. Tell me, how can you stop globalization? Education is a big challenge now. If we do not change the way we teach, 30 years later we'll be in trouble. Because the way we teach, the thing we teach our kids are the things the past 200 years is knowledge-based. And we cannot teach our kids to compete with machine who is smarter. We have to teach something unique. That is, machine can never catch up with us. I never thought I could be a CEO. I never thought later I'd become a good CEO. One of the things I learned is from teachers. As a teacher, very important character of a teacher is the teacher always expects his students better. If you don't have this kind of thinking, it's a lousy, it's a terrible teacher.
For most people, life feels like it just happens to them. They live passively and they don't make anything happen in their lives. They float through life like a leaf in the wind, and the wind decides where they go. It seems like that there are really two kinds of people: the reactive ones and the proactive ones. A reactive person is a person who blames everyone else but himself. If a reactive person gets a bad grade, he blames the teacher and the test. If a reactive person becomes overweight, he blames his genetics or the baking skills of his grandmother. If he had a car accident, he blames the other driver. If he has to go in debt, he blames the system or the politics. And if he doesn't get laid as much as he would like, he blames it on his looks or not having enough money. Proactive persons, on the other side, take responsibility. If a proactive person gets a bad grade, he thinks of how he can better himself next time. If a proactive person becomes overweight, he will start learning about his diet and get a gym membership. If he gets involved in a car accident, he thinks about what he can do to prevent an accident next time, even if it was the other driver's fault. If a proactive person goes into debt, he will start to read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad and The Millionaire Next Door to get out of debt quickly. And if a proactive person doesn't get laid, he will start to work on his confidence, learn more about female psychology and read books like The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. So even if life dealt you a bad hand, never ever stop and say I can't achieve that because of my cards. Let the chips fall wherever they may and start working from there. You can become the best one in the world, even if you got a bad hand. Think of the top poker players who became world champions more than one time in their lives. They became world champions despite of some bad hands. If you blame something external, like a reactive person, your mind stops to look any further because it already has an answer, even if it is a wrong one. If a proactive person asks himself, how can I better myself next time, the mind starts working and find endless answers. So, how to become proactive? First, you have to understand that there are two areas. Over the first one, you have no control whatsoever. This is stuff like the weather, your teacher's teaching style, the wealth of your parents, the economy, or your genetics. Think of this circle as the cards that you got from life. And then there is a second circle. You have full control over it. This is how you play your cards. And if you already got the bad habit of complaining and blaming everything else, then there is a trick. Between the thing that happens to you, like standing in the rain when you have no umbrella, and your response lies a little gap. If you are reactive, you let your mind run on autopilot and reinforce the bad habit. And say, damn, it is the weather's fault, and stand in the rain. But if this happens to you and you stop and choose your response, you can train yourself to become proactive. That is a gift only we humans have. To use the gap and decide our response. Most people don't know this. So don't waste your gift and make use of habit 1 and become proactive. This was my video on habit 1, be proactive. Click here to watch my video on habit 2, begin with the end in mind. Feel free to share this video with a friend who this could help. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.